Hello, I'm Murray Newlands. Welcome to another episode of Performance Marketing Insider TV. Today I'm here in LA with Ashley, who is an account manager at EngageBDR. Ashley, what do you do?
So I work as an account manager on the RTB platform for Engage. So I work for first impression and really work with clients to help them optimize their campaigns.
So what are some tips for optimizing your campaign?
So in terms of optimizing with self-serve, it's very important that you know the appropriate spots to look at within your campaign to make sure you're optimizing correctly. There's a funnel that you can really adhere by to make sure that you're hitting those key parts, because since RTB is self-serve, you want to make sure that you yourself are able to optimize. So you want to look at this funnel. All parts relate to each other. If the first part isn't, if the third part isn't working, then you want to look back to the second and first. So the first part of the funnel is really looking at impressions, and through impressions, you're going to look at the placement. And the second part is looking at your CTR. In order to analyze your CTR, you're going to look at your creatives. And the third part is your conversion rate. So in order to analyze that, you're going to look at your landing page.
So can you talk about those three in more detail?
Yes. So first, for impressions, what you want to look at is your bid. So you really want to make sure that you're bidding high enough. If you're not bidding high enough, then you're not going to get those impressions.
Okay.
So it's important that you look, when you do pick the placement that you want to put your creative on, at the average bid. You want to make sure that you're bidding higher than the average bid. And you also want to make sure, I would suggest to err towards the higher bid side, because a lot of platforms have the second price auction model. So you'll only end up paying the second highest bid plus a penny. So you'll still pay less, but it'll just guarantee you more to get that bid. Additionally, once you've adjusted your bid, but if you're still not getting those impressions, I would make sure that you check the site's block list, because there's a chance that your creative is going to be blocked. So it might not work because of that. If your creative is, if you've checked that and you've checked your bid as well, then you want to make sure that the size of your creative is correct. So sometimes you might be bidding on, let's say, a 728 by 90 size creative, but you have a 300 by 250. So you want to make sure that you're bidding on that right size creative.
Right.
Once you hit all three of those points and you are getting impressions, you want to wait till you get about 10,000 impressions. Once you get 10,000 impressions, then you'll have enough data to really look into your campaign and analyze what you're getting, what your CTR is, and what your conversion rate. So once you've hit those impressions, then you look at the CTR. It really comes down to that. The CTR is really the main point that you want to analyze, because obviously, if you're not getting a lot of clicks, then that will affect your conversions, and that means you're not attracting users. So with CTR, it's important, there's a few steps. So first, you want to look at your creative. If you're not getting clicks, you can just change the smallest thing in your creative, and you'll be surprised at what it will change for you. So if you change, for example, the color of a word even will make a difference, or the banner. Another thing to look at is the placement if you're reaching your demographics. So if that site has your target audience. Once you can look at that when you pick the site on the demographics. If you happen to see that it's not clicking well, then you'll look at that placement. If that placement is targeting the demographic audience that you want, then you can again go back and do variations on the creative. If it is not targeting the demographic that you want, then I would suggest picking a new placement for that site. Again, something that you can look at as well, once you do start getting that CTR, you can look at different day parting techniques or frequency and spend cap as well to really adjust to get the best CTR that you're looking for. And then lastly on the funnel is the conversion rate. So once you've figured out the impressions, you're getting those, you're looking at the CTR. If your CTR is high but you're not getting conversions, then you really want to look at your landing page. If you have a pre-sale page, you also want to look at that too. So for that pre-sale page, you want to look at the CTR for that. If that's not clicking through, then you want to do variations similarly to that you did to the creative to the pre-sale page. And then change that. So once you're getting a high pre-sale page CTR, then you want to look at your landing page. So you want to make sure that you're converting. So once you're at the landing page, if you're not converting, you want to, again, make those variations that I talked about earlier. Another thing you can try is different offers to see if those convert better. And one thing that a lot of people forget to check is actually the link to make sure it works. I mean, if it doesn't click to a page, then obviously nothing will be converting. So those are definitely things to look at. As well, make sure that it's easy to enter the credit card information if that's the way to prove your sale. So those are the 3 tips of the funnel to really focus on optimizing your campaign.
It sounds like you're a real expert on this topic. If people want to work with you and connect with you, how do they do that, Ashley?
So they can do that by emailing me at ashley@engagebdr.com.
Ashley, thank you very much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
I'm Murray Newlands. You're watching Performance Marketing Insider TV. I'll see you next time.